Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and it looks like my camera doesn't feel like focusing, so let's give it something to focus on. There we go. See, Jace is magic. He can fix any camera focus. I'll just put him right there. Hopefully that'll stabilize it. Speaking of stabilization, I turned off image stabilization, so no more seasickness. Anyway, time for the Banana Deck bonus reel. I just had to show off the physical copy of this deck because it's so cool, and technically I never explained in the second cut of the video why it was called the Banana Deck. That's why it's called the Banana Deck. These god-awful sleeves. First of all, you can see through them. Secondly, they're awful. And third, they are precisely banana colored. So that's why I called it Banana Deck. Because if I called it anything else, like super cheap creatures or something, like that would tip people off. They'd know what it is. So let's start with the swamps. And apparently more islands. That's weird. Thought I had these sorted. The three swamps are from, I can see that set symbol. Oh boy, I'm terrible at this. There it is. I'm doing this all upside down and backwards. They're foil, and they aren't quite matching artwork, but they're really cool looking. They're from a set that was kind of like the precursor to From the Vault. I don't actually know that much about it myself, believe it or not. I'm sure somebody in the comment section will say what it is, though. It was kind of like a dual deck, and the entire deck, it was like a premium series deck, and the whole thing was foiled out. So that's pretty cool. I think they should bring that back, because I mean, it's just cool. The islands, nothing special. Whatever islands I felt like grabbing. I really honestly should just replace them with my full art foils. And then Evolving Wilds, oh good lord, M13 and M15. It's supposed to be the Modern Masters foil editions. I guess I stole a whole bunch of cards out of this, because, well, I've been playing other decks lately. Temples, you know, nothing special there. I didn't get those foil. I probably could get them really cheap now. And then the Dismals, I actually stole the foil Dismals out of it as well. So I have rated this deck. So that was the crappy cards. Let's get into the ones that are actually awesome. First we've got Farrakhan's Chosen, which also I stole the foils out of. This whole deck was foil except for Urborg and the Temples at one point. But we do have the foil Triton Shore Stalkers. You can tell by the bend, even within the sleeve. Look at that. Look at that bend. Terrible. Wizard, seriously, fix it. But yeah, all three of them absolutely shiny as can be. I absolutely love that. Beautiful. Then we've got the foil Typhoid Rats, one of the weakest foils. I mean, you can barely tell it's foil. It's so dark. Dark foils are just terrible because they have to just drop black ink on it, and there's just not much they can do. The windows are pretty shiny, though. And then we've got the unbelievably good-looking foil Ornithopters, and these were so cheap even at the time. It really doesn't show very well through these sleeves, and I actually call these like foil suppression sleeves. You can take a foil, and it looks not foil in these sleeves. These are honestly the worst sleeves I've ever used in my entire life. I hate them, and you can see through the back. They just have no purpose, and you can bend a card in them. Ah! Hate these sleeves. Oh boy. One of the amazing looking foils is Ruthless Ripper. I mean, there ain't no sleeve in the world that can block that. Look at that. It's just amazing. It's like this orange and fire. It's absolutely stunning. And people always discount the whole foil thing. They say, oh, what's the point? You know, really, besides looking pretty or being a collector's item, what's the point? The intimidation factor. If every card you play is foil, your opponent's going to think and play differently, trust me. Now we've got the foil Font of Fortunes. Not great, but that outer border is cool. Whoops, you can see they foiled the whole shebang right there. I really like that alternate border there. It's pretty cool. Even the water in it, not bad. I mean, it's not too great looking, but it's not bad. Then we've got, oh yes, the 2 Hall of Triumphs. And at the time I had 3. If I'm not mistaken, I had 3 different Hall of Triumphs. I don't remember what the third one was. Maybe it was like a promo or a date stamped, or I don't know. It was just different. I just remember having 3 different Hall of Triumphs. Maybe one was just foil and this one isn't, which, good lord, it's hard to tell. I'm just going to have to slide it out of the sleeve. No, it is not foil. That's weird. But yeah, this is a foil version, alternate art, and I think it was from one of like the pre-made decks, so that's kind of cool. People typically think they're 2 different cards, and I don't like to do that like as a cheating method like people at my old local gaming store. I just thought it was cool, you know? It's like a deck of cards, you got different artwork. So there's military intel, all foiled out. You can barely tell because these sleeves suck. Not one of the better looking ones, but just the hologram is foiled pretty much, and then the outer border. So it does actually look kind of cool. Catches the light just right, it's pretty cool. Then we've got the foil Fate Foretold. Love it. Got that like fire effect going on. Not quite as nice as the other cards, but pretty cool. And then one of the other cards that was not foiled out actually, Hypnotic Siren. These were like 12 bucks a foil. I bet they're cheaper now, so might look into that. But yeah, Journey into Nyx, not the biggest open set in the world. So yeah, these would probably look pretty cool in foil with different colors. I just like it as a card, obviously. But yeah, with that alternate border, I think it would be pretty cool. And then, of course, we've got Night Howler, which I had actually 6 foils of. Somehow none of them made it back into the deck. I sold a whole bunch of them when they spiked up really near cycling out. So I might have actually sold the foils, but they were foil at one point. And then, this is where it gets cool. All 3 of the Binant of Thassa's are dated. Look at that. Absolutely sick. And the funny thing is, dated from the pre-release versus regular foil is usually pretty much the same price. It's just the availability is lower. And of course you got that cool little foil stamp in the bottom there. Really cool colors. I absolutely love these. I can't believe that I just have 3 dated ones. I mean, you just don't see that. I just don't see people bothering to do that. And if it's a cheap card, you can probably get away with it. And then, of course, we've got the 3 foil good old lurkers, as I call them, but I think it's good old or something like that. Definitely not a good looking foil at all, but it's a really cool card. So if you start seeing these one cost just crappy creatures, they're just coming out and you hit them on the battlefield and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna drop one of these and drop one of these out, and people are like, why is the whole deck foil? They start to worry, they start to second guess everything, and it's not even that they're playing more cautiously. That's not what's going on. They're actually playing less cautiously, which is hilarious. Or not, well, I wouldn't say less cautiously, just they tend to overthink everything and start making the wrong decisions and making like assumptions and that kind of stuff. So now that you saw it, let me know what you think about it. It's definitely banana-rific, and honestly, if I still played with it more often, I'd probably just foil the whole thing out. And you might have noticed the Urborgs are gone. Yeah, those are in another deck. So I really rated this deck, which is a shame because it's such an amazing relic. But I'm going to get back up into playing shape just for you guys. So until then, I'll see you guys next video. Oh, I almost forgot. The deck box. It's Grumpy Cat.